Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel. I gotta tell you folks, we XRP holders are extremely rare. I'm gonna share with you some numbers coming from the XRP Rich List, and it's kind of stunning. I'm gonna share it in a way that I haven't really quite articulated on the channel perhaps ever, and it's interesting and striking. And what got me thinking about this is I was talking to via direct message on Twitter the creator of the XRP Rich List. Now, out of respect, I don't share private messages with anyone without express permission beforehand, so I'm not going to share with you the private message that he and I had. I didn't ask for permission. He probably wouldn't care, but that's just how I roll. I'm not going to do that. But, and this is just out of respect. But I will say this: he shared some numbers that with me in private discussion that weren't written up the same way on the website, but they're pulled directly from the XRP ledger. And so that's just publicly available information. So I'm happy to share that while giving credit where it's due. I just don't like to, without getting permission, share private messages. I wouldn't like it if somebody did that to me, even if there's nothing bad inside. It's not about that. So I just not going to roll that way. But when I share this with you, you'll see why I'm getting at what I'm getting at. The opportunity is tremendous, and there really aren't that many people that are doing what we're doing. And also, my belief is that XRP, in terms of an investment opportunity, it's a binary play. So what I mean by that is either XRP is going to zero or it's going to be worth a fortune. There's not going to be much of a middle ground if you look through the evolution of this. If you could fast forward like 10 years, again, it's going to be zero or a fortune relative to where it is now. That's what I believe. So it's a binary play in that sense. And there's just a ton of money coming into crypto. Like there's a reason that despite recent, fear within the markets, crypto markets, I'm just like, okay, yeah, but it doesn't matter. There's so much opportunity. There's so much money about to flow. And I'm going to highlight that too. And even in the short term, almost 100% of the analysts that I follow think that we're going to be seeing, even in the short term, movements to the upside, more likely than not anyway. But before going further, I do want to be clear, I do not have a financial background of any kind. I am not offering financial advice, and you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos about crypto-related topics, but just as a hobby and just for fun. As I record this video, XRP is at a mere 72 cents. Ooh, opportunity. Bitcoin's at $40,242. Market cap for the asset class, $1.9 trillion. And Bitcoin dominance at 40.09%. Here's the crypto fear and greed index at 25 out of 100, meaning that the typical retail speculator, the lovable, cuddly little lemmings out there, they're fearing tremendously. They're in extreme fear. And I don't take pleasure in reporting that, but such is the life of a retail lemming who just feels things and buys and sells their assets according to whatever is directionally happening in the market because reasons. That's why. You guys familiar with the XRP Rich List? The original XRP Rich List was created by Wietse Wind, and it is no more, as I've reported a couple times on this channel. He took it down because, frankly, just in a nutshell, to keep it short here, in case you hadn't heard, it was just too much. He's getting pulled in all sorts of different directions, and there's an opportunity cost to anything in life. And so if he was going to put more time into it, that means less time for his primary projects building on top of the XRP ledger with the Sum app, all that. And so he decided to just take it down, which was disappointing because I'd been using it for several years. And it's nice because you can plug your actual XRP address in, and it'll tell you where you rank in terms of like what percentile are you in terms of XRP holders. You're towards the top, you're towards the bottom, and had all sorts of other stats. Well, after that was taken down, and I always want to give credit where it's due, Francis here, he's at Swift Bovine. Feel free to give him a follow. Francis went ahead and recreated the website. And so it's pulling basically all the same data. If there's any difference in terms of the data that is displayed here, nothing particularly jumps out at me. It's fantastic. And it's just neat to see it. I've highlighted before. I mean, I first brought up this website, this new version of it from Francis a couple weeks ago when I first found out about it. And it's just neat to see here, like in order to be in the top 10% of XRP holders, you only need 2,021 XRP. Kind of interesting. Let me paint an additional picture. Let me give you some numbers here that were shared by Francis. with me. And he pointed out, and I already knew this, and I've covered this on the channel, there's a little over 4 million XRP wallets. 4,147,358 XRP wallets to be precise, right? Now consider this. There are only, I'll just use a round number here, there are 3.1 million wallets, roughly, with less than 200 XRP. Did you hear that, folks? There are there are three, I'll just, again, round number, 3.1 million XRP wallets with less than 200 XRP out of a total of roughly 4.1 million wallets. So not only is it rare to have ever held XRP at any point in time, which I've mentioned a number of times on this channel, it's exceedingly rare even among those that have ever held XRP to hold more than 200 XRP. Now that's something. I actually didn't realize it was quite to that degree until Francis pointed that out to me. But these are facts and figures pulled directly from the XRP ledger, directly from it. Astonishing. And again, given that this is a binary play, either XRP goes to zero or it's worth a fortune, and you know what I'm betting on? I'm betting on the latter. I think it's going to be worth a fortune because it's genuinely being adopted today. What does that mean when we are here first? And what does it mean when more money plows into this thing? What's that going to look like? Because my friends, the money will flow. Okay, XRP money, cha-ching. Like as long as things keep going in this direction, which is why I continue to monitor literally on a daily basis. It just happens to be that interesting to me, and I have that much at stake, which is a huge part. Not pretend it's not a huge part of what makes this interesting to me. But that's gigantic. And so, the inverse of that is that there are only 3,567 wallets with more than 500,000 XRP, and there's only 493 wallets with more than 5 million XRP. So, the people that, even if imagine you're in the top 10%, I mean, some people, you feel like you only got like 1,000 or 2 XRP, you might feel like you may not have that much. Well, like I said before, who's to say? And I'm not telling you to buy or sell or hold to be super duper clear, but assuming this does continue to get adopted and it keeps going the way that it's been going, and how we hope it to end up, you could make more money even if you have what you subjectively feel is not that much XRP. Even if somebody has 10 times as much as you, if you hold longer than them, you could end up making substantially more, assuming this technology, XRP specifically, does continue to be adopted. There's a possibility of that. Now, there's always risk associated, especially the longer you have exposure to any asset. Anything bumps along the way, of course. But it is true. Even those people that don't have that much XRP, if you just hold a sufficient amount of time, you could make more than people that have way more than you if they sell too soon. And I say too soon. Anytime you want to get out, then that's the right time for you. Okay, that's fine. I say too soon. I don't literally mean that. Get out whenever you want to get out. But it's just interesting to see it that way. So, and think about this too. So you're talking about 4.1 million wallets. I think personally, this is just a hunch, I think that there are way more than 4.1 million people that have ever purchased XRP. Because look, if you purchase XRP on a cryptocurrency exchange, the vast majority of exchanges, almost 100% of them, they use shared wallets. And that's why you have a destination tag, which is your little sub-address within the main address, just for lack of a better term. That's what it is. And I think most people, when they buy cryptocurrency, it's small enough amounts for most humans. I think this is very normal from what I've seen, and this is anecdotal, but from what I've seen from people speaking about this publicly, they just let it sit on exchanges. And now if they buy a huge quantity of something, maybe they care a little bit more, like, okay, I want to private custody this. For most people buying little bits here and there, I don't think most people are. But these are the people that are causing volatility, the ups and the downs, the speculative nature, the panic selling, the FOMOing in. These people, with their small amounts collectively moving, they're what do this. They're what make this possible. So I think there's way more than 4.1 million humans. That's a hunch. Now, also, I recognize there are people that could have, as I've highlighted before on this channel, some people, like me, for example, I have multiple XRP addresses. And a lot of you listening do as well. And some of you may have your XRP and other crypto on exchange, and your call. I'm not here to criticize. You get to do whatever you want. We're all adults here. I think it's safer to just get all of it into personal custody. I just don't think most people do that. So nothing personal against you if you're one of the people that's not doing that. We all get to make, like I said, we all get to make our own adult decisions here. But I do think that's what most people do. I wouldn't be surprised if there are actually tens of millions of XRP holders. I really wouldn't be surprised. And most of them, frankly, still don't have that much, though. So what does that mean moving forward? Like, what? Like, what is this actually going to look like? Can you imagine as more money flows in? In fact, here, take a look at this. I was going to cover this towards the later part of the video. I can just bring this up now. I'm going to be brief on this article. This is from the Daily Hodl. This is titled "Massive Wall of Money is Waiting to Enter Bitcoin and Crypto Markets," according to Shark Tank investor Kevin O'Leary. Folks, he's correct. Now, check this out. Shark Tank investor Kevin O'Leary says regulatory clarity will allow institutional capital to flow into the crypto markets. In a new interview with Kitco News, O'Leary discusses U.S. Senator Loomis and Senator Gillibrand's latest proposal for a crypto regulatory framework. And here's a quote now. "I'm coming to the conclusion, particularly after the feedback from the institutions here at the Bitcoin 2022 conference," that's in Miami, of course, that just happened, "that we will take any regulations. Give us anything. I mean, we're going to make the assumption because it's bipartisan and they've taken so much input from the industry that we'll get something that's workable. It may not be perfect, but the reason you care as an investor, the reason we want Loomis to be successful is that the institutional capital is like a giant dam." Folks, this is the important part. The institutional capital is like a giant dam, a wall of money that can't invest yet. So it's a spigot of capital in the trillions of dollars. Not a dime of it has been put into crypto yet. Excuse me, folks. Did you hear that? Not a dime of it, trillions of dollars, not a dime of it has been put into crypto yet. Can you imagine what would happen to asset values if they started to allocate? That's the investment there. Folks, that's why I'm saying, so now put all the pieces together here. You hold XRP, I'm assuming, if you listen to this channel, since this is an XRP-centric channel. We know that only fractions of a percentage of humans have ever, at any point in time, ever held XRP. We know it's substantially less than 1% of humans. We do know that. And we know also that those that do hold XRP or have ever held XRP, I mean, the wallets now, you already saw it. 75% of the wallets, roughly, hold less than 200 XRP. 75%. So what's going to happen when you're at the upper, if you're above that, you're like the upper echelon, like just about regardless of where you are, frankly. You're in the top 25% effectively in terms of wallets that exists. That's insane. So then you're talking about almost no money at markets supremely illiquid. XRP is a binary play in terms of investment. It's $0 worth of fortune. What do you think it means when this money starts flowing into the trillions of dollars? It finally can touch crypto. Finally. Prices get bid up quickly. So understand, like, say $1 trillion goes into crypto, that doesn't mean add $1 trillion to the existing market cap. It's like the market cap now, what I say, it was 1.9 trillion, I think. It doesn't mean it goes from 1.9 to 2.9 trillion. No, if that money flows in, people bid up prices and you get a multiplier effect. So, putting $1 trillion, holy hell. Would be surprised if, and that may happen over some period of time. And I'm not saying it's snap of a finger. It's not. You get exponential moves quick. Fine. So, but still, you put in $1 trillion, what would that mean? Tens of trillions of dollars in over 10 trillion in market cap? I can only speculate, but suffice it to say, it would be way more than $1 trillion in terms of market cap. So if XRP is actually going to be around, a certain percentage of that is going to get in XRP and it's going to get bid up. There's almost no money in XRP, folks, on the entire planet. There's almost none. It's incredibly small. The opportunity is real for the everyday person. There's a reason I'm so excited about this, and I get this. And it fits my risk profile. I don't like what the SEC is doing, but in particular, setting that aside. And yeah, I think the case is going well, the pretrial stuff. But you set that aside, I'm like, yeah, things are looking pretty good. This is the risk exposure I want to crypto. There's a reason XRP is my biggest holding in particular here. It's gonna be bonkers. We haven't even seen this yet. And so just knowing, like we are extremely rare to this degree, it's incredible. Now, in the short term, what can you expect? Well, here's chart analyst Leb Crypto. I'm not going to read all tweets. I actually covered a couple of them yesterday. You can read them if you pause if you want to read them on your screen. But he did note, as far as Bitcoin goes, which leads the market, which is why we have to talk about it, and we should. He said, macro market structure is still intact with higher lows printed. Until proven otherwise, good buying opportunities. And here's the chart that he shared, going back to the beginning part of it's in 2020. But you can see this is what he's talking about. all of the analysts that I follow, except for one, believe that Bitcoin's going to print a higher high sooner than later, that it's not entering a bear market. So we'll see who's right. But that's what Love Crypto is highlighting here. Chart analyst Michael Vanderpop feels the same. He wrote the following: Bitcoin on next area of support and has potential upside towards $42,000 from here. Seems fine. Has to hold above $38,000 to avoid a sweep of the lows at $32,000. Okay, well, that's what's happened to this point anyway. And he's definitely not the only one that is saying stuff like that. In fact, look at this headline from the Daily Huddle. Don't count on Bitcoin collapse to $30,000, says crypto analyst Nicholas Merton. Here's why. Crypto analyst Nicholas Merton is predicting that Bitcoin will not hit a low last recorded in July of 2021. In a new video update, Merton tells his 515,000 YouTube subscribers that while the flagship cryptocurrency could still see a price drop, Bitcoin is unlikely to dip to around the $30,000 price. And here's a quote. The big question that a lot of people have in their minds is whether or not this is going to go all the way back down and see some calamity, some crazy sell-off down to the $30,000 range. And I'm going to be honest with you all the while, it's not to say we couldn't pull back maybe another $1,000 or so in price. I do not think we're going down to that $30,000 range, and I'll stand by that. End quote. And then the piece continues. According to the crypto analyst, the declining supply of Bitcoin, as well as its tendency to set bullish higher low setups, are the reasons the flagship cryptocurrency is unlikely to plunge to around $30,000. Here's another quote. Bitcoin has been continuously setting at higher lows over time. I know a lot of people think that prices are just going to roll over and that we're going to come back down to this range here at around $30,000. But I just don't think it's the case here considering the supply contraction, end quote. The crypto analyst further says that the increasing number of people holding Bitcoin for over a year is growing, which is aiding in the supply contraction. Here's another quote from him. What we're seeing here, according to the metrics, and the on-chain metrics do not lie here, they're fully transparent. They're based off the Bitcoin ledger. We can see here that there are more and more people on average who are holding their Bitcoin for more than a year. He says for more than a year or more, which seems redundant. But anyway, you get the cut of his jib, right? And on-chain metrics matter, which is why I've been continually highlighting them. This is different than what we saw during the 2018 bear market of Bitcoin. People are holding. And he's noting here that Bitcoin's printing higher lows, similar to what Love Crypto was highlighting here. And it's true. It is to this point. So we'll see who's right. I don't know for sure. I don't pretend to know. But just understand this crypto asset class absolutely is not going away. And knowing that there's money sitting on the sidelines, and knowing that being invested in something early, something that's very illiquid, what happens when money spills into that asset, just having seen endless examples in crypto, the whole time I've been in the space, there's a reason that, like I keep saying, that I'm so excited about this. I'm positioned. Are you? Do whatever you want. I'm just telling you my personal humble opinion because I think it's fun to discuss this topic. But damn, there's opportunity here. I don't think that most people realize like how life-changing this truly can be for so many people. I think most people, though, and this is fine too, but I think a lot of people, once it goes up a certain amount, you might sell before it's truly life-changing, or people are going to panic sell. There's all sorts of reasons that most people don't make life-changing wealth, but the opportunity is there. You can do it. You listening to this can do it. Doesn't mean there's not risk. Of course, there's risk. But I do believe it's possible. That's the point that I'm making. And I do believe very firmly the opportunity is here. The smartest people on the planet are saying it's coming to crypto. And XRP is crypto. And the market moves in tandem today. So put the pieces together, folks. It's going to be good times. I'm not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.